this is probably like my 17th time trying to record this intro because I do. Oh, look, a marble gargoyle. Every time I start up this freaking thing, something happens. Something has to happen. You know what? Just kill this. So this video is actually about Ironman and armor sets because look at this. I am actually. Let's move there. I am almost 99 defense and I am almost 99 slayer, and this is the armor set that I'm rocking. This is what every average Joe Ironman should be wearing, or at least try to aim to wear. Move. Let's drink some supersets. And this is the armor set that everyone that is playing Ironman should kind of strive to get. You know, it's very classy. Very classy, yeah. Anyways, episode 3, Ironman armors. Ow, that hurt. What did I get? Oh my god. No, I didn't get anything. Freaking. But I am now getting 40k XP an hour trying to make this video. So I am okay. So back to what I was saying. If you don't look like this when you have somewhere around 40 to 50 to maybe even 60 defense and you're an Ironman, then you're definitely behind the game, because none of this gear is hard at all to get. And for example, if we look at our boots, we are wearing climbing boots. They have 1 defense requirement to wear, very easy to get. You just do 1 quick quest. These are rune plate legs, ignore the trims. Again, very easy to do. You can buy it right after you complete Dragon Slayer. Now, the only hard thing about this set right here is going to be the fighter torso, which in my opinion isn't that hard, and the Slayer helmet, which requires, I believe, 58 Slayer. So you should be training Slayer. Once you get 58 Slayer and once you're able to get that drop of a Cave Horror mask and you can create like a Slayer mask, then this never leaves your head, because you're going to be grinding Slayer for the rest of your Ironman career. In addition, you should also focus on completing Monkey Madness in order to get the Iron Scimitar, because you're going to be training strength until you can get a whip. Now, when I got my whip, the glitch of eating a wild pie and logging out and hopping back in and logging out and coming back in was still effective. So I got my whip at 80 Slayer instead of 85. And even by then, I had 90 strength just by using the freaking scimitar. So definitely you need to have this Monkey Madness done. Definitely you need to have the Dragon Scimitar. Especially if you get 60 defense, you gotta get that Dragon Defender, man. It is so worth, and it is free. Once you finish your Rune Defender, you can go to the basement of the Warriors Guild and get your Dragon Defender free from here. So now that we know where to get our boots, our plate legs, our scimitar, our defender, our helmet, our torso, that leaves us the necklace and the cape. So now the cape I'm wearing currently is just an Ardoon cape, which you get from the Diaries of Ardoon. And that's, again, really not that hard. What you really want to aim towards are the fire cape and the mythical cape. So the mythical cape for some people is going to be easier because it's just a couple of quests that you got to do, while the fire cape requires you to defeat Jad. And I know a lot of people are nervous about their first time. Now, the necklace, on the other hand, that's a lot easier. So you would assume that you need 70 crafting to make a power amulet, but if you can do the quest, I believe Death to the Dorgashun, and you get access to the underground chests with the jewelry, I think that's my episode 0 of the series, then you can get a diamond amulet from there and just enchant it. So that's pretty easy to get. And the only other ways to get the glory is to get the crafting levels or to get the hunting levels, and I believe there might be 1 Slayer boss that drops it, but that requires way too high Slayer. And my recommendation would be to just get the crafting, because you need the crafting in order to also get a Fury, because there's no Fury drops. Now, assuming you have your Slayer helmet, assuming that you can make a Fury, assuming that you have your torso, your weapon, and your defender, and let's say, for example, a fire cape, you are now ready to train Slayer. And Slayer will give you access to wonderful new items such as Rune Boots, which should be your next upgrade. After Rune Boots would be the Dragon Boots, and after your Dragon Boots would be the Primordials, which in my opinion is not in my opinion, I believe it is the best in slot melee boots. Now, before or after you can get that high level of a Slayer, you'll likely get a Dragon Plate Skirt or Plate Legs drop, so that is an upgrade to your pants. In addition to that, you can also go to the Barrows Brothers and you can try to get either the Torag Plate Legs, the Darok Plate Legs, or Varrock Plate Skirt. Now, out of the three, in my opinion, I believe the Varrock's is the best because that also gives you a a prayer boost, right? And don't forget that while doing Slayer, you can also imbue your Slayer helmet. And when you imbue it, that means it's going to be effective with range and mage. Now, last but not least, your gloves. Now, every Ironman should 100% fully complete Recipe for Disaster. As I stated in one of my earlier videos, it is one of the best quests to finish because not only does it train all of your skills to be in like the medium level range, but it also lets you unlock the Barrows Gloves. Now, these are going to be your best in slot gloves until you reach end game. These Barrows Gloves are good for ranging, they're good for maging, and best of all, they're great for melee because they provide a really high strength bonus. Now, one thing to note is you don't want to buy Dragon Gloves, so you want to hop straight from Rune to Barrows Gloves. Don't ever buy the Dragon Gloves because it is not worth it. I believe they're the same exact price as the Barrows Gloves, right? And the only difference between the two is you gotta kill off the final boss for Barrows Gloves. And once you do that, you have access to this entire chest and you can buy the Barrows Gloves and essentially be complete.